fine. We move on with the HV email bounce and complaint. Okay, so you understand that this MailChimp is every time we send an email to the group, right? Essentially the marketing newsletter, but it can also be a group of volunteers, a group of something. So basically the group emails go through MailChimp. There is a lot of other emails that go individually, the invitations to renew, the reminders for the events, the service requests are personal, so they also go individually, right? So now one thing that can happen is that email bounces. It's actually the same principle, right, of bouncing and complaint that happens on MailChimp, but this is MailChimp takes care of this and they let us know, and this is us, we needed to do it, right, because we're sending the emails. So bounced, it means that same thing, this is the same bounce as MailChimp. We try to send, we cannot do it. So basically what happens is that we send the emails from the Amazon cloud, because it's where we have our server. Actually, Amazon knows we couldn't deliver this email, because they're the mailman, because it bounced. And if it bounced, Amazon is gonna tell us, right, to check this box automatically. That's great, so you cannot check it, they will do it for us. But this also happens in the same way. If you had a typo in the email address, or the mailbox was full, etc., this will be checked for you by Amazon. Now, and it's a good thing that they do it, right? Because you don't want to keep sending emails to someone where you had a typo in the email address or the, etc. Now, it can happen that this person wants to be brought back in again because maybe they changed the email address or maybe they corrected the typo. I'm going to show you how to bring back these people. But before I'm doing the definitions. So we did bounce, right? We could not send. There's a different thing that is complaint. So complaint is in a similar way. MailChimp is trying to send. MailChimp is notified when there was a complaint on that email. They will check this box. If any of these two boxes are checked, because Amazon checked it for us, we're not sending individual emails to this person. So, if you're saying, hey, the person is not receiving the individual emails, the first thing you should check is that if any of these two things are checked. And then if one of these are checked, well, then, if it's bounced, it's because there is a problem maybe with the email address, a type or something. If there is a complaint, it actually means that this person reported it as a spam. So, you have on the email clients on Gmail and other places, you have a button that says, nah, this is spam, I don't like it. Why do I get this spam? So this is basically your complaints goes to Amazon. Amazon ticks this box for us. If this person complained, we're no longer sending the emails. And this is actually really good. I know for some people, it can be surprising, like, oh, it's terrible that we're not sending emails to these people. But you know what? If we're sending emails to people that have complaints or consider this as spam, then all the emails go to spam. So we're really happy not to send emails and not to get people pissed off, because if you piss them off, then our email reputation and deliverability of the emails gets bad. So it's actually a good thing. Now, let me go back to people management. Let me show you another thing, because you can go here to groups. And then these two things are tag people groups, right? So you had here the MailChimp unsubscribe. So if I click here, all these are groups. So you can see that this person and this person, they unsubscribe. So the people that unsubscribe. You can look that up. You can print the mailing label. Maybe it's not what I would do, but I would export. You can export a spreadsheet file, because maybe you want to have a volunteer or staff person calling those people. It's like, oh, was this an accident? I don't know if you want to do it, but you can. And in a similar way, you can go to tag people, and here you have HV email bounced and HV email complaint. So you can click on that one, and it's also going to show you the people that are here. So this person complained, he clicked that this message was spam, and therefore this person, if I open her profile, which I'm going to do, she will have the HV email complaint checkbox checked, and we're not sending any more emails to this person until we don't manage the situation. Now, if you have this person on the phone and they told you, oh yeah, maybe I did it, was an accident, I didn't want to press on that button, I really want to receive these emails, please, fix this. Or you went to her profile, you changed the type on her email address or something, you can do that. And then basically you can come to this group and you can remove this person from the group. And then if you remove this person from the group, it's called Jane complaint, because we're testing, right? And now if we go back to complaint, actually it's her name. So let me type Jane. And now you go to her profile. You see the checkbox is not checked anymore, HV email bounce or HV email complaints. So the system is going to start again trying to send email to this person again. Now, don't remove people from those lists without their permission, because again, if you're really being too spammy, then you're killing the email reputation, and then it will be harder to deliver the good emails we want to send out. Whew. Okay, perfect. I can already tell you I don't have time for the background checks training, but we can do next week. And now we explained the bounced emails. Chris, you're explaining here. I'm just reviewing your training doc to see if it contains everything I just said. You have the
one more thing.
In the group, you have the HV email bounce. That's good. Yeah, Chris, I'm listening.
Yeah, maybe you want to mention the whitelist so that sometimes.
Oh, wonderful. That's genius remark. I'm gonna say it, Chris. Thank you. And I promise one of our villagers that I would, because I discussed it with her. The email we put on the provider's whitelist. Once you have resolved the issue, just email complaints. Just looking at your training doc, so that's good. So yes, whitelisting. So what happens, right? So we want to let basically the biggest kind of challenge and topic is sometimes your email client, your email provider trying to be smart, and they need to try to be smart. And that's why they come up with this anti-spam filter and a spam folder, right? Because they need to filter out a lot of crap that is out there in the internet. So that's normal that they have an anti-spam filter. Now we want to go beyond that spam filter. Your members want to receive, your volunteers want to receive. So sometimes one thing that we think is smart is letting your email client, Gmail or Outlook or anything, that this email are legit, that you want to keep receiving from this email address. So sometimes there is a button saying, yeah, this is a legit email, this is good, it is a trusted source, I want to receive it, or you want to move it from the spam folder to the inbox folder, or there are different ways by which you can tell your email client that this is a legit email. So you can do that. One way that some email clients do, and I think this is the case with Comcast and Xfinity and whatever, is that you can add the email address to your list of contacts, because that is what is a white list, because in a way it's like you're telling your email customers like, hey, my contacts is people that I know and I trust. So if there is something coming in from anyone that is on this list, it's not spam. It's friendly email. Just let it into my inbox. So so this is the whitelisting is something that you should consider, in particular with people that are that have this misclassification of emails in spam. Is you want to invite them to add the email addresses to their contact list. Actually, 2 email addresses, right? If you're sending emails to them with MailChimp, you want to whitelist the email address that is used for MailChimp. In this case, could be info@yourvillage.org. And then they also want to add a second contact for the email address we use for the individual emails, which would be yourvillage@a.helpfulvillage.com. So in that case, both email addresses that are sending emails to your members, they're both in the contact list and therefore should go into the inbox. That's it. So thank you, Grace. I forgot that part. So that's awesome. I would say we're approaching the end of the hour, so we are not going to open up a big discussion topic, but if there is a question about all we just said about the email management and deliverability, we can take the question now. As I said, we want to show also for the background tests process, and that we'll do next week rather. So if there are any questions about any of the training we just gave, please unmute and let us know. I hope first, I know it's a little, today's training is a little hard because this anti-spam laws and whatever, something like that has some tech lingo with bounce complaints and stuff like that. So I'm sorry if it's a little boring, but it's important that we get the emails out. So thank you for staying with us. And I don't think we have any questions here because nobody unmuted. So
yeah, I have one. Okay, yeah, so as far as the reputation goes, is that so one village not managing their email properly could impact
Oh, yeah.
all villages. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So obviously on your own email address, the one you use for MailChimp, that's your reputation on your email address. So that's on you. But then obviously, yeah, we want to have all villages using Helpful Village. Yeah, what I mean is that they definitely, Google and stuff like that, they give us a reputation and they classify the emails we send. So we invite you to be very careful, not spamming people. So if we keep a good reputation, it's going to benefit all villages. So that's a good question, Mike.
I have a quick question way back to the slideshow. Is that
Okay.
something that's going to be installed in the future, or is it there
Which
now?
one? Which one?
Slideshow.
The slideshow. Yeah, I think it's already there actually.
Is it? Where is it?
I mean, you will not see it because basically the thing is now
Okay.
works. Actually, you know what? What we're gonna do is like you can wait until the weekend.
Okay, that's fine. I was looking for it and didn't see it and didn't know if I was looking wrong or if it was.
No, it's not visible for
there.
now. It's
Okay.
kind of, you need to do some coding trick and stuff like that, but we want to make that easier for you.
Thanks for saving me.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. It's a good question. Yeah, that's why I guess I didn't assume 100% I was saying to contact Christina, because like, it's not on the.
Christina's
on the
like, do
website.
not.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, I'm gonna kill you after the call. She's way nice. I don't know. I mean, she's nicer than what I deserve. But William, yeah, Bill, I think you wanted to ask a question. William Mehmet from Mount Pleasant, DC. But I think you're muted. Maybe not, actually. I don't think you're muted. But I cannot hear you. I cannot. Oh, that's a tough crowd. We have 20 heads kind of,
Yes, Manuel, there's a question in the chat from Gary about if there is a report for the bounce emails, but it's not a report, it's on the tag people list. So maybe you can show it again so that they can know how to access.
Yeah, so you can go to tag people group, and then there you can print it. So let me do it again. Admin people management. Ooh. And it's the end of the hour. I need to go very soon. So groups. There we go. And then here we have this HB email complaint. I think this list is going to be empty now, but anyways. And then here you can do export CSV. So CSV stands for comma separated value, which is a spreadsheet file that contains all the people that are in this group. So for any actually of your groups, you can always print the people. If you want to have all the people that unsubscribe in MailChimp, you also come here. And then there's 2 people here, and then you can do export to a spreadsheet file. So you can produce spreadsheet file. Okay. William, I don't know if your mic, you brought it back to life.
He wrote on the chat, how about emails that go to Gmail promotions? Is there a trick to get those emails into primary?
It's an excellent question, William, because it's all about reputation. So what I mean is that we need to be super careful. And this is what we have been doing, is that, before what we're doing before is we were sending this email out to people that complain and stuff like that. So that was hurting a little bit our reputation. We're not doing that for thousands of people. We're not sharks, spamming the world. But now we're taking more good citizen measures that improve our score. One of them is what we just said, stop sending emails when people don't want them. The other thing that we're doing is we're allowing people to unsubscribe, right? I said that MailChimp does it. We're gonna start doing the same from Helpful Village, so that if someone receives an individual email, they can also go in and say, no, please, I don't want to receive this email anymore, and they can manage their subscription. So it's annoying in a way because some people will not receive stuff, but in a way it's gonna help our reputation through the email. So just the thing is, as I said, what helps is like the whitelisting, putting people in the contact list. If you have people in some of the email clients, moving the email from promotion to the inbox and stuff like that. You see, every cue you can give the email client that is a good email you want to have in your inbox helps our reputation.